Today I'm going to reveal the truth about something that breaks every parent's heart but almost no one understands. You've been gone for 2 hours. Maybe you went to the store, maybe you had a doctor's appointment. Your baby was fine with grandma, calm, playing, happy even. Then you walk through the door, your baby sees your face and they lose it, not a little fuss. A full meltdown, screaming, inconsolable, tears streaming down their face like you've been gone for days. And you're standing there thinking, were they crying this whole time? Does my baby hate me for leaving? Did I traumatize them? Here's what's actually happening. Your baby wasn't crying before you came back. They were coping, they were holding it together. And the second they saw you, their nervous system finally felt safe enough to fall apart. That crying isn't anger, it's not punishment, it's relief. And understanding why this happens will completely change how you feel about leaving your baby. Let me explain the science. There's a concept in developmental psychology called the secure base effect. Your baby's brain has categorized you as their primary attachment figure. You are the person their nervous system trusts most. When you're present, their stress regulation system works differently than when you're gone. Think of it this way. When you're having a terrible day at work, you hold it together. You're professional, you're composed. Then you get home, you see your partner or your best friend, and suddenly you burst into tears. You weren't faking it at work, you were coping. But the second you felt safe, your nervous system released all that pent-up stress. Your baby is doing the exact same thing. While you were gone, their little nervous system was in a low-level state of vigilance. Not panic, not terror, just heightened alertness. They were managing. Grandma was meeting their needs, they were okay, but their brain was tracking something. Where is my person? When are they coming back? That background monitoring takes energy. It creates a baseline of stress that the baby is containing. Then you walk in, and their brain registers, she's back, I'm safe now. I can let go, and everything they were holding in comes flooding out. Researchers studying infant attachment have measured cortisol levels in babies during separation and reunion. Cortisol is the stress hormone. What they found is fascinating. During separation, cortisol rises slightly. The baby is managing it. But at reunion, there's often a spike. Not because seeing you is stressful, but because your presence gives them permission to release the accumulated stress. The crying at reunion is a cortisol dump. It's your baby's nervous system finally exhaling. Now let me tell you why this happens more with you than with anyone else. Attachment theory developed by psychologist John Bowlby explains this perfectly. Babies form a hierarchy of attachment figures. There's usually one primary figure, the person who does most of the caregiving, most of the soothing, most of the feeding. For many babies, that's mom. For some, it's dad. For some, it's a grandparent. Whoever that person is, the baby's brain has learned, this is my safety person. When I'm overwhelmed, this is who regulates me. So when your baby sees grandma or a babysitter, their brain knows, this person is safe, I can cope here. But when they see you, their brain says, this is the person who makes me feel better. I can stop coping now. That's why they melt down. They weren't waiting for just any familiar face. They were waiting for the face that means you can relax now. I've got you. And the intensity of the crying actually reflects the strength of your bond. A baby who didn't trust you, who wasn't securely attached, wouldn't have that reaction. They'd stay regulated or become more distressed. The big emotional release at reunion is a sign of secure attachment. But here's what parents worry about most. If my baby cries when they see me, does that mean I shouldn't leave? Am I damaging them by going? And the research on this is very clear. Short separations, the kind where you leave for a few hours and come back, do not harm securely attached babies. In fact, they're developmentally important. They teach your baby that you leave and you return, that the world is predictable, that separations are temporary. What matters is not whether you leave. It's how you handle the reunion. Let me give you the framework that attachment researchers use. It's called the reunion response. When you come back and your baby cries, here's what you should do. First, stay calm. Your baby is reading your face to figure out if this situation is okay. If you look guilty or anxious, their distress increases. If you look calm and warm, it helps them settle faster. Second, pick them up. Offer physical contact. This is not rewarding bad behavior. This is providing the regulation their nervous system is asking for. Third, verbally acknowledge what happened. You missed me, I was gone and now I'm back. You don't have to apologize or over-explain, just name it. Fourth, give them time to settle, don't rush the process. Let them cry it out in your arms, they need to complete the stress cycle. What you don't want to do is avoid them or hand them off to someone else because the crying makes you uncomfortable. That communicates when you're upset, I'm not available. It disrupts the exact process the crying is trying to complete. Now let's talk about age and development because the reunion crying changes as your baby grows. In the first few months, babies don't have object permanence yet. When you're out of sight, You essentially don't exist in their mind. So there's no separation distress and no reunion crying. This phase is actually easier for leaving but harder in other ways. Around 6 to 8 months, object permanence develops. Now your baby knows you exist even when they can't see you, and that's when separation anxiety begins. This is the age when reunion crying becomes most intense. Your baby knows you left. They don't fully understand that you'll come back, so when you do, the relief is overwhelming. By 18 months to 2 years, your baby's cognitive abilities have matured. They can hold the concept, mom left but she's coming back. The reunion crying starts to decrease. They're building trust in the pattern, and by age 3 or 4, most kids can handle short separations without big emotional meltdowns at reunion. But here's something most parents don't realize. The reunion crying can come back during transitions or stress. Starting daycare, a new sibling, moving houses, even a change in schedule. During these times, your baby's nervous system is already taxed, so the reunion response intensifies. They're not regressing. They're just managing more stress than usual, and they need extra reassurance that you're still their secure base. Now let me address the guilt, because I know what you're thinking. If leaving makes my baby this upset, I must be doing something wrong. I should stay home more, I should feel terrible. Here's what I need you to hear. Your baby's crying at reunion is not a measure of your worth as a parent. It's a measure of your importance to them. You are so critical to their sense of safety that your absence is noticed and your return is celebrated with an emotional release. That's not damage. That's attachment. And attachment is exactly what you want. The goal is not to raise a baby who doesn't care when you leave. The goal is to raise a baby who trusts you'll come back. And you build that trust by leaving and returning. Over and over. Predictably. Research on maternal employment and daycare has shown that babies of working parents develop just as securely as babies who stay home, as long as the care they receive is responsive and consistent. The reunion crying doesn't mean you're harming your baby by working or taking time for yourself. It means your baby loves you and missed you. Those are good things. Now let me give you one final piece of research that might change how you see this behavior. Studies on attachment security have found that babies who cry at reunion and then settle quickly in their parents' arms are showing the healthiest attachment pattern. It's called secure attachment. They express their distress. They seek comfort. They accept comfort. And they recover. That whole sequence is exactly what you want to see. The babies who don't cry at reunion, who seem indifferent when the parent returns, those are the ones researchers worry about. It can indicate avoidant attachment. The baby has learned that expressing need doesn't reliably bring comfort. So they shut down the system. Your baby's big feelings at reunion mean their system is working exactly as it should. So the next time you walk through the door and your baby bursts into tears, take a breath. You didn't do anything wrong. Your baby isn't mad at you. They're not punishing you. They're telling you, I held it together while you were gone, but I really missed you and now I need you to help me feel okay again. Pick them up, hold them close, let them cry. And know that in this moment you are doing exactly what they need. You're being their safe place to fall apart. And that is one of the most important jobs you'll ever have. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. Drop a comment and tell me, does your baby do this? How old are they? What helps them settle? I reply to every comment. And if you want to understand why babies scream the second you put them down in the crib, that's the next video. The neuroscience will change everything you thought you knew about sleep.